from just outside and just inside the perimeter of Atlanta, Georgia, where we played LA and Sun, and hey, at least they only scored one.
Yeah!
Yay!
Small victories. Bringing the positivity. It is the Five Takes podcast. And we are back.
We're back, baby.
Yeah, back like honestly, like the Philadelphia Union. I hate shouting out other teams, especially teams that I really don't enjoy, but credit to them. They did what we should have done this year. Massive changes. Curtin has been there forever, and he has had success there, and everybody was baffled that he was canned, after that season, and a lot of questions about the club and what's going to happen. They did it. They went out and fucking did it, and congratulations to them. Incredible what has happened in 1 year, and we've gone the complete opposite direction. So I just thought that really stood out for me. Comparatively speaking.
I'd rather...
and they really hit on their signings, right?
They hit on everything.
Pulling over Gazdag, pulling over some of the others. It was
they
really...
They hit and they got it and they deserve it.
It's Philly and I don't care, but I'd rather be back like Nashville winning the U.S.
Oh,
Open
you know
Cup.
what? Yeah, we should shout Nashville out. Our friends at Nashville. Been a hard season for them. Our friends have experienced a lot of struggle and loss as well. And Nashville winning Open Cup, I mean, speak for myself here. Winning Open Cup was every bit as fun and enjoyable and memorable as MLS Cup. I don't know what it was like for y'all, but Kat and I were there, and that is one of the funnest nights I've had. I really enjoy Open Cup, and it was a great game. Larry hit a rocket. It was just fun. So it looks like Nashville had just as much fun. So congratulations to them, guys at Mixtape, Logan and co. I'm happy for them. I'm genuinely...
Catherine, Austin,
I'm more happy for Nashville than I am for Philadelphia. Let's say that.
I think that's fair, and you know what? Look, again, snaps to Nashville because we because when we sat down with Mixtape and did our little fun season preview banter, dude, Austin, you called it, man. You totally called it. You said your goal this year was to win the U.S. Open Cup.
That's true,
and we all agreed that that was a very realistic expectation, and we were sitting here yelling about whether or not we were going to get 70 goals. Ha ha ha. So look,
jeez.
If good things aren't going to happen to our team, I'd rather they happen to people I genuinely like. So I am super, super thrilled that they finally got I don't know, 6 years later, 7 years later, the chance to feel like we did back in the day, because it is a hell of a feeling. I agree with you, Glenn. I feel like winning Open Cup was really was really up there as an experience. And it's such at the time, I mean, the tournament's really different now, but at the time it was a really grueling tournament.
Take nothing away from what Nashville had to do.
It still is. It's just good they're not making you play in 3 tournaments at the same time.
You don't have all the teams playing, and I'm glad we got it when we did and got to experience what I think most people want the Open Cup to be. And that was really cool. But
we got to be champions for 2 full years thanks to COVID. I mean, like we even got a bonus year.
What a ridiculous time that was! Reigning Open Cup champs. God. Oh, so we've actually been champions for longer than we think. It hasn't been that long, right? Everything's fine. It's not. Yeah, happy for Nashville. Congratulations, guys. We're all genuinely happy for you. You do deserve it. And we're happy for your success much more than we are for Philadelphia. But Philadelphia still gets the credit. They did the thing, and they've had a remarkable year as well. And we have been on the opposite. And that was
even if they wear jorts.
I don't hate the jorts. I don't hate the jorts. So we had
no, they're not the same as Florida jorts.
I had
about Tennessee jorts feels genuine.
I had jorts on.
Florida jorts just feels trashy.
I was rocking jorts Sunday. Hawks had their tip-off party. Season's about to start up, and all the employees get together. And we go over the season, the plans, share new ideas and things, have a little food and drink. And it was 90s themed. So it was show up in your best 90s attire. So I
Oh, that's
absolutely had the
fun.
jorts and a graphic tee on. I didn't have a chain wallet. I really needed one. You know, I went for best Hot Topic look I could get. So I'm not opposed to the jorts. I like the jean kit that they had. So yeah, all right, happy for them. Let's get into our game. I mean, look, you're going up against LAFC, standard of this league, the new standard of this league. They really do set that bar in terms of consistency, pretty much year over year.
Yeah.
Their signings, maybe they don't hit all the time. Giroud wasn't as big as I thought. You know, they probably thought he was going to be, but they were able to not collapse and then move on.
They've
and
certainly
bring
been more
else
consistent
in.
than
And
us
now
and
Son
many
and
other
Denny
teams.
are like just destroying. So I guess it's good that we didn't get destroyed. That's a positive.
Yeah.
Look, not a bad game.
They had scored like 11 goals
this
or
is
something
not a
in their
bad
last
game
like
at all.
3 games.
This is even on the verge of respectable, but nothing's really changed still. Like at best,
and it's not going to until we get
correct.
a number 9. Period.
100%. But at
Full
best,
stop.
this team, this whole season, at best, at our very best, can only put together one of 3 things: a full 90-minute performance on one side of the ball, or a 45-minute performance on the first half on both sides, or a 45-minute performance on both sides on the second half. We can't do the whole thing. And that was the case with this game too, I thought. I mean, defensively, okay, not bad. But no attack. Like nothing. And that's been the case this whole season. Get into the final third, okay, and clueless.
But I will say though, in the defense of the anemic attack, that was the point of this. That's why you start in a 5-back. That's how we should have been playing on the road. Look, I'm just saying.
I know.
Some of that was intentional.
Oh, it definitely was intentional. That's what I don't understand.
We did have some legit opportunities on the counter. But once again, in the 70th minute or whatever it is, we bring on Latte to like give us something different. Well, and all of a sudden there really was nothing.
We have opportunities on the counter until we get to the third.
But
it's not a real full-fledged.
We don't. I'm going to stop you right there because I really don't feel like we have opportunities in the final third. What we do is we play windshield wiper soccer.
Yes. It's true. Would you like to elaborate?
We literally
for
go
those that don't get
the
analogy. There you go. That's what it is. If you're
not
watching the video, Jennifer is making the wiper motion back and forth, making the analogy of what we do on the pitch. Also, I'm sorry. Hello, intros. I'm Glenn. Amy's here. Jennifer's here. If you're not watching the video portion of that, I forget to do that every match. I just or every pod. I just assume everybody's watching our beautiful faces.
Suck, Glenn.
Also, apologies to Amy and Jennifer. I have a new camera, so I am in more glorious 4K HDR. You can see every little pocket and crater on my face, and they're still a little blurry. We're gonna fix that next season, because they're way better looking than I am. Nobody wants to see this. They would much rather see you. Yeah, the attack is just like that's what you said, Amy, baffles me. Like, it was intentional. Why? The season's done. If ever you were going to say fuck it and go for it.
Because you're going against a team where you can get utterly humiliated.
It doesn't matter. We've already been humiliated.
I think it does matter.
We've already been humiliated. Go for the attack.
Yeah. You can't have it again. Go ahead, Amy. Sorry, go ahead, Jen.
I was going to say, it's this very weird space that we are not used to looking at ever, because we've never been eliminated from any kind of contention this early. And there's going to be some level of wholesale change in terms of personnel.
Your lips to God's ears.
Well, I mean, we already know that they said they had to bring in 19 new back end staff people from the trainers, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So you had a lot of upheaval on the back. They turned over 12 roster spots at the international break. And I think that some of it may have been stopgap. Some of it may have been roster flexibility. I don't know. I definitely think what we saw yesterday was everybody's audition to keep their spots on this club, because that is legitimately the last time we are really going to see any fragment of what would be the purported best 11 for this club. Because now with international break, I think Jason Longshore said on the call last night, we were only going to be able to field something between 11 or 12 first team roster players for the match against Miami this coming week.
Wonderful.
That's a lot.
So,
super.
Will
they at least be missing half of their roster too?
They probably will be, considering they've got, half of Argentina and Uruguay on their squad. So, and they're in the middle of cup qualifying stuff. So yeah, big boys are going to go out to make sure that people get cup slots secure. But all that to be said, I think there is something to be said about Amy's concept of preseason 2026 having started now, and possibly using your last few games to see how people integrate into different styles of systems that then one would hope in theory we turn around and apply to game state situations next season. We don't normally line up 5 in the back. That is something very, very rare for us.
It was intentional. Yeah, but this was intentional. I just disagree with it. That's all. Like, I get it. I understand it, but we're not fighting for a playoff spot. I get your
disagreement because it's not fun to watch.
We're not fighting for a playoff spot. None of this shit matters. If we get embarrassed, it doesn't matter. If we score 5 goals, it doesn't matter. Well, it kind of would just show us we can attack.
But I disagree with that point. I think it does matter. Okay? It matters. Yeah. It particularly matters after the last game and everything that we said about the last game. Okay? And the guys putting it out there, and of course they came up short, but you can't say that there wasn't effort. You can't say that Miggy wasn't out there playing, that there weren't guys, right? You started to see this, okay? You needed this game to be a follow-up on that, because what have we seen? Guys like egos and confidence and everything has been completely smashed and shattered, and I'm not saying that they haven't, earned that, or however you want to characterize it. You have a team that psychologically, another beatdown, I think that you are struggling to recover the guys that you need to still be here next year. It's one thing to say it doesn't matter, we're not going to win anything, et cetera. Like, I get it. That can be one mentality. But in my mind, we have truly started next year. And so you have to be thinking about the locker room that you think is going to remain there, the guys that are going to be a part of that, and their mentality, and keeping them in a place where they still have some degree of belief, because it's not like you can go into the off season and just manufacture that belief out of nowhere not playing.
I don't think losing by a goal to LAFC instills belief. We've won 1 in 16 games. The belief is gone. This didn't do anything to change that. So why not fucking go for it? Go for it.
I'm going to agree with Amy on the point that it matters, but I'm not going to necessarily buy into this whole instilling of belief. I don't think you can pull this club back from that at this point in time. And I think it's just going to take the off season. But what you can do is use this as teaching moments and opportunity to work on things in actual game state against top flight opponents that you can't really replicate in training. And we've said that. I mean, look at the game Jaden Hibbert had.
Hey, a shout out Jaden, number 4. Tremendous athleticism, composure, reaction time, spider monkey, wonderful.
I mean, that goal, the double save, Luonga scores is not on him. Not on him by a long stretch.
I'm talking about his double save that he had.
It was crazy.
The double save was ridiculous.
Made MLS highlights, like, it stands out. Now,
the one where he's coming across the goal and he swats it with his paw on the left side.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That to me was the most
incredible.
Spectacular.
Like, he has done everything he can do to stake his claim. Will he stay? I don't know. But I think he has had, out of everybody new, I know he's been here, right? But we haven't seen him, at least with the first team. I think his audition has gone better than anyone else. I have not been that impressed on an individual basis with our new defensive players. Collectively, okay. They're okay.
Can we stay with the goalie thing for 1 second? Because I want to pose something to you that we talked about on the FanTV Discord, which, by the way, if you're not already on the FanTV Discord, please come join the FanTV Discord and
link
talk
is in the show notes. Good community, good chat, good soccer vibes, good people.
Very positive. But yeah, so there, nothing has been said publicly about the last home match and Goose. Goose hasn't come out and said, yeah, this is it for me. We're all making assumptions, but we're also the last people to tell the polar bear what to do with his life and how he wants to live his life. So my question to you, both of you, is what do you think about Goose staying on in a backup role to mentor Hibbert as the number 1 for next season? And is that a scenario that you would be okay with? Because
no,
the scuttlebutt on FanTV is okay, bring in a veteran at league minimum salary and have that be the play.
Yeah.
But Goose did not look bad this year. And I can't imagine if Sunday is going to be, if the 18th is going to be his last match, that he wouldn't have gone public with that, yeah, this is it, and I'm hanging it up.
I hear you. I don't want him as on the roster. I don't. I want him ambassador or coach, in that role, but as an official, like a number on his back, I don't. I really don't. It is time to move on. I want him to start on his last game. I really do. He has earned that. It doesn't matter. The season's done. I mean, like if we were fighting for a spot, like if something, then Goose has always been club first, and he's going to do whatever he needs to do for the club. But this is done, and he has earned that throughout his whole career. And we weren't able to send him off properly because this season has been a fucking disaster. We have to give him a proper goodbye, and it's not sub on the last 5 minutes. It's just not,
But you're not, you would not be cool if he signed on for another year knowing he was going to be the backup and not start.
I think it is time. I think it is time. He's 41. It's time. It's time. And I have all the respect and admiration and appreciation for him in the world. And he has been a good keeper. He really has. He's as much a part of our times when we won as Joseph, Miggy, anybody, right? He really has been. And he's dug us out of bad times. He's been that guy, he just has. And the community stuff he does, like he ticks every fucking box, every box. And we have to give him that. We do. But no thank you on the official roster spot.
So, I'm just going to take the opposite because it's fun, but I will say before I
contrarian
before I plead the other side, I will say in just to give you I get your argument, Glenn, and I would say that my biggest argument on your side would actually be that symbolically we need to finally move on from 2018, right? And that is the final piece, okay? And I think that's the biggest
Miggy's here,
no Goose, okay?
Hernandez,
Miggy too. Miggy's
he wasn't part of the 20. Ronald was not part of the 2018
Miggy's here.
team.
Miggy's here.
Also,
I was just gonna
here. Okay, Miggy's here. Whatever. Okay, so I did a shitty job. I wanted to take the contrary position anyway.
Yeah.
So in all seriousness, if Goose is good with, I'm a backup, I'm here to be a mentor, this is truly what my role is, and Jaden or whoever is the number 1 agrees that is the right role, right? And if he can do that, which I think he's already kind of demonstrated with passing the captain's armband to Miggy, right? That he can be on the bench. He can be a presence and let somebody else become the captain. So in a lot of ways, I wonder if him sitting on the bench the last few games has been a preview of what it could be like if you just had Goose as a mentor and a presence and all of that. And if it's at the league minimum and it's, whatever, and you're going to bring in a veteran presence anyway.
But if Jaden
and
gets
to your
hurt,
point, we're not moving on entirely.
But
We've
if
still got
Jaden
Mickey,
gets hurt, God forbid, I just don't.
Yeah, you're going to carry 3 keepers, okay? You're going to carry 3.
Goose is going to
anything, I would look at Goose as almost the third
But
keeper,
Goose is going to command
really
so much of a salary. He's not coming in at 150. He's not.
I don't know. He's taken cuts for the team before. If he really wants to do it. Truthfully, I don't think he wants to do that.
He doesn't.
I could see him doing more of the ambassadorship that you're talking about. I could see him continuing his engagement with the unified team.
He's too much of a competitor to just ride the bench for an entire season. He's not going to do that. And
I feel like he'd be pretty antsy too.
Yeah,
personally.
I want him to move into commentating. I'm looking forward to more of that. I think he's gonna be really good at it. And I hope that's
reunite him with Dax.
Dude, bring me MLS
Oh my God,
360.
Dax
Kevin Egan, Dax
360.
McCarty, Brad Guzan. Must see TV.
Ugh.
Must see.
You're not wrong.
The bands.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
Ugh.
You can make the argument. I'm not saying you can't. It's just for me, I'm on the side of let's move on. And I do think there's risk. And I just think Goose is too much of a competitor for that to vibe with him. But I hope that the club really gives serious consideration to Jaden. Go ahead, interview other people for sure. But he's done enough, and I think he could do it. He hasn't been the reason, I think he's got enough in him to make a couple saves he shouldn't, right? To keep this team in some games that we need to be kept in, even if we are better next year.
He did that, and I think he did that. He did that yesterday, and it's interesting because the parallel, because I full on believe that the whole, not that Goose had a questionable season, but a lot last year, but a lot of people were calling for Goose's head, come when we got into the doldrums in June and, everything had gone to just utter shit. And we were like,
the gulag, as Zonde put it, the gulag.
Correct, the gulag. But then we go to LA. I think it was the end of June last year. We played away in LA, and Goose had that absolutely ridiculous match where he stopped not one but two Carlos Vela penalty attempts.
Yeah,
and I
Goose
think
in penalties. What?
Yeah. And we can look back at that and be all, I think maybe that was the real start of the Guzanazons that came through to the end of the year and carried us into with all of that momentum. And before the 86th minute, I was really thinking, man, Jaden Hibbert's having himself like a whole parallel bookend torch passing moment with this. Because, again, take that goal off of him because it was all on Amador. It was not on him. And, you were looking at considering the number of quality shots fired at him coming from who they were coming from and the tear that Denny and Son have been on.
And coming from a highly motivated Denny Bawanga who desperately wants a golden
chasing that boot,
right?
Chasing that boot.
And was genuinely so pissed off about Bartosz, my Bartometer Schleich, running him down and yanking him by the jersey and stopping him from
I was a little surprised Chapman
that he was still going on about it
the
after
whistle didn't go
blown.
for a while, trying to play advantage. Credit to Bartosz, he was trying to foul him. He was trying to get the whistle, and the whistle just didn't go.
If Denis was looking for a pass, he could have gotten a pass off, I think.
Immediately afterwards, Bartosz was sorry, I fully expected to hear the whistle.
I thought the whistle would come 30 seconds ago.
Yeah. Oh, man. Professional foul. Oh, man.
He knew as soon as he grabbed the jersey.
Yeah, you know what you're doing there.
Everybody
I think he was genuinely taken back that the whistle didn't go.
I think so too.
He's like,
I couldn't believe that he had to just keep hanging on.
He's looking over at the ref you gonna blow this thing? What?
Well, I mean,
he held on to him for so long that if he was genuinely trying to do that, he would have just drugged Bawanga down to the ground because he almost did it inadvertently.
Let's be real about the fact that Alan Chapman swallowed his whistle.
That's also true.
Seriously,
and I don't hate that because there was a bunch of stuff that was pretty egregious. My one really big issue being that Chapman actually poked Bartosz Schleich in the chest with his finger, actually did the poke thing, which that ain't kosher.
No, refs should never.
After not giving him even a look at the hands to the face that Bartosz took in the box.
He had the little cut, across his neck.
He did. He had scratches on his neck, it was
the guy basically scraped across his neck.
It was a pretty blatant miss on Chapman's part. One that there was in fact physical evidence of, but I don't hate a match like that where it gets physical and chippy.
No, it's okay.
And and that I feel like was the best thing that I saw last night was actual emotion coming from the players. And
how in the world, like you've seen some good things. How in the world did this one, give up 5 and also score 4 in one match? None of those things track with what we've seen over the last couple matches. We're more solid defensively. We're still kind of inept in the attack like we have been. What in the world? Like how?
Okay, so I have a purely anecdotal because I haven't looked at any of the stats to see if any of this bullshit lines up.
Go
okay,
ahead. Yeah.
But what happened in Columbus? We got a penalty, right? How often have we had attacks or offense or whatever start from us getting a penalty? It's like we have to get a goal to believe that we can have a goal.
For sure we do. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And look, I'm not saying it's always a PK, right? But it's like we got to have a bounce fall our way before we believe. And that's why we get no
100%.
Goals or buckets of goals.
100%. Fucking nailed it. Like this team waits for opportunity. It does not create it. We need that lucky bounce. We need something to go our way, and then we might be able to capitalize on it. Then we might be able to do something with it.
I wonder if that is. I wonder if that is the mental outgrowth of 3 straight, really almost 4 straight seasons now, 22 forward, of literally never getting a lucky break.
But it's like a different group of guys too. So it's like hard because you've had so much turnover. It does feel like there's that thread of like the snake bit curse kind of
you expect it
running through. But at the same time, I heard the commentators last night talking about LAFC overcoming 2 season-ending injuries to starters.
They overcome. They have a culture of that. They know if they face adversity, they can deal. And we know we can't. That's the biggest differences between us. We have talent. We don't have mentality.
But yeah, and I think that is one of the things that we've missed since Joseph Martinez left the club.
Soft. We're soft. He's been saying the same things the whole season.
I don't know that it's like softness. I think there is just a killer instinct in front of the goal that
I don't want to say it was. No, you know what, Amy? I don't disagree. I don't disagree with you at all. But it wasn't Joseph.
Well, not just Joseph.
No, it wasn't Joseph. It was LGP and Larry after him.
Well, that attitude, what you're talking about, yes, that's a different mentality. I'm talking about the finishing in the final third. I think you're talking about the overall beast mode. Can we get in and get chippy and actually be physical? I agree with you wholeheartedly. That was Larry and LGP.
We don't have any enforcers, so everybody grabs our players.
That's it.
Look,
it's not the same. But we don't have that. We don't have a focal point for the attack. Jamal is great, but he's not.
Jamal got dragged all over the pitch last night, and not one person stuck up for him on the pitch. You know, you see your striker going and getting hauled down every time, and he had some very, very good positions that had maybe we gotten a couple of calls, or had he not gotten hauled down, that you saw with a side elbow to the face when you see that Chapman's not calling dick.
Right.
I'm sorry, like we're not,
But nobody gets up in somebody's face. We just have we are not in our attitude era. We're just not.
We need that back so badly. And like I had to go back and look up the guy's name because I can't remember it. I don't follow LAFC that closely. They have a guy on their team. Last name's Porteous.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
And I made and I made a comment in our group chat yesterday that Porteous is a dick, and I wish we had a player like him.
Porteous used to be with Galaxy.
Fortress, I think, used
to be with Galaxy.
Fortress, I don't know how to pronounce. You know what I'm talking about.
I'm pretty sure he used to be with Galaxy. Played with Zlatan when he was still here. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know, but the guy's a total douchebag and exactly the kind of player that we haven't had since Larry retired. And I know I keep sounding like a damn broken record saying we need this, but you need this because it's all well and good to play for the crest, but you got to play for each other too. And when you talk about belief, Amy, that's where the belief is lacking. And I don't see anything that Dyla has done or said in any press conference that is going to light a fire under these guys and get them to play for each other. Forget him.
You don't have to convince me. Last episode, I said that I'm pretty sure Dyla was begging them to fire him with that press conference. So, you don't need to sell me on that line of thinking. But yeah, no, LA's got two of them, Porteous and then
Oh no,
Segura,
I'm
which I
thinking of
think you would have seen more of
Porteous.
Segura.
I'm thinking of somebody else. I'm thinking Porteous like LA Galaxy back in the day. Sorry.
Yeah, this is a different
Yeah,
guy.
he's retired.
But
Yeah, okay. No.
but no, and I think we would have seen more out of Segura had he not gotten an early yellow. But they have two, and Hollingshead will throw a tackle too. They've got
Oh,
center
Ryan.
backs that
I'm
will.
mixing up my Porteous. Is Ryan Porteous,
Yeah.
Scotland. Yeah. Right back.
So
Yeah. But in the mold of Chris Porteous, who was also that kind of attitude guy for the Galaxy. Anyhow, I digress. Sorry.
no, it's fine. I will say that, and I think this was a take too, that we don't have that enforcer on our back line. We're missing it.
Well, could Gregerson
I am pleasantly
qualify?
surprised with what we're seeing out of Steen. That's what I was going to say.
As far as
that's where I
individual
was
standouts defensively, it's been him. Now, collectively, I think our new guys are okay, but they've made a lot of individual mistakes. But as far as someone grabbing the spotlight, it's been Steen. Even with the mistakes
100%.
he's made, he makes up for them. I've really appreciated his effort. Please stay healthy.
He is simultaneously our best and worst defender, which is
true.
like maddening.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
So
that's true.
It makes me really
but he's got
wonder,
a little bit of that bite to him, right? Like a little bit.
It really makes me wonder what kind of club we would be if he could stay healthy for 30 to 32 matches a season.
You mean all the matches?
Absolutely. I guess we're
no.
That's what we're banking on by keeping him.
There's 34 matches in a season.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying if you could get some reasonably decent consistency out of him.
I'd take less than
somewhere
that.
between 28 and 34 matches. It really makes me wonder what this team would look like.
30 out of 34 makes a significant difference because you're talking about maybe you have 2 yellow card accumulation games and 2 like injury.
I'd take 26 or 28.
Well, I would take 26 too, but
you get my point. I pick a number.
International call-ups and stuff too.
No, I got you.
So whatever, but like if you could keep him actually on the pitch for more than 2 matches in a row.
Yeah, he could be.
What does that do?
He could be a tone setter. He follow me. This is what we're doing. I'm going to kick somebody, and then you're going to come over and you're going to kick him. Like, he could be that guy. I think he's got a little bit of that to him.
And it remains to be seen. We're still trying to figure out who his partner is, and I think that makes a difference too. Like
it's Barakal.
No.
Well, no. What I saw last night actually was that the combination of Mihai and Barakal was enough to make a partner for Steen. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's essentially how that played out, right? Like, and I really wasn't trying to make it, but no. Genuinely.
Yeah.
So, and I agreed with moving on from Derek Williams. We actually got way more out of him than we ever should have, taking him off of waivers and whatever.
Bless his heart, is still struggling at reading.
Yeah, because he's towards the end of his career.
And so is Jean Day, still struggling. Yorgos has bagged a couple goals lately. For anyone that's interested, back over.
Did Cruz Azul wind up selling him?
Yeah, he's back over in Greece.
Okay. So he's playing for some division that means absolutely nothing.
With his old club.
Cool. Of course he can score there.
Okay. Yeah, that's a weird one. Yeah. Anyhow. All right. Have we hit on everything? Are we done? Is there anything else you want to talk about with this awful team? Like, we just have to be real. Like, it's an awful team. It just is. That it still needs a ton of work. And I hope that the front office goes in with that attitude of like, we are not 2 tweaks away. We are several players away. We are a whole culture away. We are a whole attitude.
I think you're going to see significant roster overturn in the offseason. It's just, I'm not sure that you're going to see much outside of maybe one DP. I just don't.
Listen, I know
if that.
I know that Hendo has talked about it and it's frustrating, but he's not wrong. It can happen the next season. Philadelphia. It can happen. Galaxy. It can happen. I
mean, Galaxy was bad, and then they won. I mean, like it you can
can happen.
I mean, shit, Nashville. Yeah, it
can. But I'm not even looking for that. Guys. I want to see my club that I recognize, that I'm good with, top 4. Like, I'm like, okay, right track. Here we go. That's what I want.
I want, the thing that killed me last night, because I made it a point to sync up the radio broadcast with the TV, because I really wanted to hear.
You didn't want to listen to Taylor Twellman?
That was just a bonus that I didn't have to listen to Taylor Twellman. But I really wanted to hear Jason's commentary and him calling Son, because watching Son play just makes me smile.
Son is a concentrated joy. One of the happiest footballers.
And Jason, at the beginning of the match, Jason was talking about the global impact that bringing a player of Son's caliber has to this league, and the amount of reach that you're expanding the league in terms of visibility and prestige and a lot of different things, because and he was saying that, like, walking around before, he was seeing a lot of Hispanic people carrying Mexican flags but wearing Sun kits, and vice versa. You see a lot of people
and that reach,
and then you saw somebody in a Denny Buonga kit carrying a Korean flag. So, like, it's not just, okay, you have this great player who legitimately is one of the best ambassadors the sport could ever ask to have. Because he's the real
whole package,
everything I've ever seen.
He's got
or
quality,
read about him.
He's got character, he's earnest, he's genuine, he loves the game, and he loves everything about the game. He loves the extra stuff that comes with the game. He loves being that guy. He loves being that ambassador. He does.
And he's in so many ways like the anti-Messi, where Messi just kind of walks around with this smirk on his face like the world owes him something, and Son walks around with a smile on his face like he's just happy.
I'm just so grateful to be here. That's Son, and that is really hard to not enjoy and not get behind and not root for.
I've been lucky to watch him just absolutely smash things at Spurs for so long. He's literally one of the reasons I became a Spurs supporter.
He left on a high.
Of course he did, and that was, and it was, unlike Harry Kane, who it's interestingly they're taught. Now, granted, Harry has not done badly for himself in the Bundesliga. He scored over 100 goals so far in the whatever. And now there's talk about him coming back to Spurs. Like, there's actual rumors floating around that he's going to come back to Spurs. We'll see. But
I'm beginning to think that you guys watching the Premier League so much is why you get so frustrated by MLS, because the thing is that what's so great about MLS is that we can next year legitimately turn it from bottom to top. Whereas I genuinely find the EPL stuff kind of boring because it's the same 6 teams. It's the same 6 teams though. You're not coming at the bottom. You don't have, Brighton.
My frustration isn't with that. I love each for what it is and for what it brings.
Yeah, but I think sometimes our expectations, your expectations are that we're going to be top 4 We're just not going to
Like, we will never be at that level. The quality that is on display over in England is otherworldly what can be done with the ball.
It's not about the quality. I'm talking about competitiveness of the league is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the fact that
I disagree.
That's what I
find
don't it that interesting.
And wants it as much. It's just, I think the skill level is different, but the competitiveness
and they're not going to genuinely be able to do that because there's not a salary cap.
I think there's an argument to be made for teams that are like us, quite frankly, or teams that are historically at the bottom for not having relegation and maybe not feeling that sense of urgency. That's an interesting debate to have, but I do think the competition is not the issue I have with the league.
Okay, Amy, though, I just want to give you, it's like currently your top 10 in the Premier League right now, okay? Arsenal's number 1, Liverpool's number 2, Tottenham's number 3. Those are not surprises.
Why is Liverpool number 2?
That would be because Chelsea Football Club beat them this weekend. All while being mired in 7th.
I don't care.
Yeah, you've named all the blue bloods of the Premier League.
I do not care. We didn't win in September. I'm good. I'm just happy.
Okay, but number 4 is Bournemouth. You ever heard of them?
Cool. They won't be there at the end. It won't matter. They'll float up there. There'll be some teams that'll float around, and they'll be excited that they're in the 4th or 8 or whatever.
It's actually shocking that City's only in 5th.
Bournemouth is good.
Okay.
Michael B. Bournemouth.
And then after that, You have Crystal Palace, who's started the season on an absolute freaking tear and hadn't lost a match until this weekend.
Trophy not that long ago.
And they won their first trophy. And then also in the top 10, you've got Everton, who was.
I feel like you guys are just making my point for me, genuinely, and I'm going to move on from this because I don't want to talk about the Premier League, but I have a real issue coming on week after week and having you guys just sort of trash stuff. And it's like, it's the same 6 teams, okay? It's the same 6 teams. There's like maybe a few every now and then will like break into it. Like, because because like it's like I just feel like there's no appreciation for the fact in MLS that we can be at the bottom and be at the top next season. Legitimately.
Oh, I love that.
Am I mad that we're at the bottom? Yes, but I don't really care because next season we could be right back in it.
Oh, I love
but
that.
If I was a supporter for like, I don't know, whoever who's perpetually 13th in the Premier League, bless you, Angel, or whatever. Maybe I'm wrong about West Ham.
Is getting relegated. They're going down.
But like,
it's wet spam. Thank you very much.
Like, bless you, bless you for that support. But like, I just, maybe, you know what, maybe I'm the problem because I have a problem with the idea of backing something that's like never going to actually happen. Whereas in MLS, I feel like legitimately every team, it could actually happen.
Right. That's the
season.
design of the league. The NFL is built the same way. That somebody else
go
could
America.
Just go. That's just how teams.
I've never, as the first
MLB similar. Like anybody could go. Maybe MLB a bit less.
Yeah.
At basketball, definitely you can. One draft can change your whole life around.
100%. That's American sports.
Yeah.
Right?
I love them both, but I don't think we trash MLS.
Perpetual argument.
And you just answered your own question, Amy, because in England, you watch the Great British Bake Off. Everybody's so nice to each other. They don't actually care about winning. They just want to go.
I think some of that's just get a pie and a pint
for £4 and watch some football.
Genuinely, I think some of that is just proximity, okay? When everybody's within like 25 miles of each other or whatever, you have like 10 clubs, like you can only, get so hostile. Though I've seen a lot of that too. So I don't know. You say they're all nice to each other, but from what I understand, there's
plenty of hate
culture that comes out of.
Go to a Newcastle Sunderland game. There's plenty of hate. There's plenty of hate.
Yeah.
But I personally groove on MLS because MLS is the closest thing I can get in soccer to hockey.
It's true. It's true. Yeah. No,
it's brutal.
And you can watch
MLS
it on TV.
I love them. I love them. I love them all. Like, if you want something even more predictable, go watch the Bundesliga.
Yeah.
No, I've never gotten into those.
Serie A is quite entertaining.
The point of the same 3 teams winning.
Serie A is quite entertaining. There's a little more variety there. I really enjoy watching Parma. If you're looking for a Serie A team to get on board with, that's scrappy and just fucking goes for it and has no right to go for it, but will. They're fun in that way.
You're such a ham,
they know
they
have no chance, and they're just saying, whatever, we're gonna try anyhow. So they're fun in that way. I really have enjoyed watching them. Or you could watch it's either Celtic or Rangers in the Scottish Premiership every year. That's all it's gonna be.
Hey, Aberdeen's trying.
Bless their hearts.
Aberdeen is trying.
Okay, so then tell me then.
Okay.
Genuinely,
yes.
being like, okay, we've established you can go from worst to first or whatever. Mm-hmm. Totally happens. What is your actual expectation, though? Front office does what you think they should do generally, okay, with the roster. What are you expecting out of this team next season? What is your threshold for okay? Because I don't think we're going into 2026 with cup or bust, okay, which is basically where we collectively started as a bandwagon.
What I need to see is the first
at the beginning of 2025.
Of rebuilding this to what it needs to be, and to be upfront and honest about that. I really don't want to see we're coming for everything kind of marketing, big club. I don't want to see that. I really don't. I want to see us like be real and honest and say, this is the trajectory on, it's going to take years. I'm not setting that benchmark at, hey, we have to finish 4th, 5th, 6th, whatever. I need to see the attitude change. I need to see us capable of putting together consistent performances with the occasional blips, because it happens. I need to see the sustainability that Garth has been talking about that we have not seen at all. At all. We've regressed. I need to see that. And that's subjective. It's a lot of eye test stuff, but I think you get what I'm trying to say here. That's what I want. I fuck fourth, fifth. I don't care. I don't. I just need to see a club I recognize and that I enjoy watching, that I take joy from, that I look forward to, that I don't dread. That I go in with some expectation of we might win this thing, and if we don't, boy, are we going to give them hell. And we don't have that. That's what I want.
That's fair.
I want to be entertained again.
Yeah.
I like I said, the Columbus match, I mean, yeah, that match had everything. And it was annihilating to whatever, but it was nothing if it was not entertaining.
And those matches would be fine if the rest of the season was a little more.
It's maddening and frustrating, but at least it made me feel something instead of dead inside.
Something. Oh,
yeah.
God.
I want to feel something. I want this club to make me feel something again. And I want to have fun watching the actual soccer and not all the accoutrement that surrounds my soccer experience, where like the soccer itself is the least important thing that I'm doing on soccer day. Because it's taking
care of itself. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can focus on community and having a good time.
And I want to see culture and shtick again.
Yeah. I want to see,
you know what I mean by culture?
I want to see the locker room photos. I want to see cookouts. I want to see players wanting to come out in the community and for it to be organic and genuine.
I don't want it to be manufactured for Rooted in the Stripes and staged and whatever. I would like to just see, the random pool party pop up on,
guys happy that they're just up on Instagram Live. They're over playing Call of Duty at the house, whatever, and they're just having fun, and they just want to share how much fun they're having. I mean, we want to see you having fun.
Channel for FIFA 2026, and they're all
I miss it.
I don't know. Maybe they go, shopping. I mean, all the really sharp dressed players have left, but like maybe they all go shopping and they, post some, looking good, bro, blah blah blah, and then you see the banter back and forth on their Insta pages. We haven't seen any of
chemistry.
That. Like,
it takes a long time, and it's not easy to do. It can't be manufactured. You do have to have success. You do have to win. You do have to have the right personalities. And I'm not saying that's
and I think in that vein, that's where my biggest hope in terms of changes the front office makes is whatever deep data dive metric based sabermetric methodology that they're currently employing. I think they got to go back to a little bit of Art Howe and get some gut feeling, player fit, characteristic-y stuff going on in there, where it's not just about, oh, well, all these numbers look great on paper. Because Latte's numbers looked great on paper. We see where that's gotten us. Whatever they were doing with Alexi and however they saw that, he's and I'm not trying to not Alexi is playing well, but like he's not.
I understand.
He's not.
I'm gonna have to put an Alexi kit on my list of shit for next year. The amount that I have to
never get a player's name on your shirt.
I'm not gonna do it. No, it's cursed. I'm cursed.
But it still feels like he's not playing on the same pitch with half the team, and that's not his fault.
I got you.
It's not his quality of play. It's the style of play that he brings that everybody they put around him did not integrate with in the way that they expected, based on the numbers and the pencils that they pushed around trying to construct this team.
Right.
Yeah. No, I get it. I guess I would just say that if we do get to a point where we start to see some of what you're talking about in terms of like the social engagement or the team players like doing fun stuff together and sharing it, we as a fan base need to do our part and not be toxic about it. And let's just be real that when the team is playing poorly, there is a whole corner of the internet that comes out and says, maybe you shouldn't be playing Call of Duty, you should be doing your job.
But
maybe,
I think
whatever.
It's like when it's that
I
bad,
feel you. That's what I want. And I want that back.
Yeah, I do.
We also got to be that our fans have been kind of, I'm not saying it wasn't deserved, but it's been a lot.
It has been. That's the thing. It has been deserved. Like that happens, but as long as you have some consistency, I don't think anyone's going to call.
I'm just saying, be prepared to come to it with an open heart.
Yeah, no,
when they start
my heart is wide
open
open
again.
It's wide open. Please take it. All right.
And we will get there. Good times will come again, guys. It will happen. And I think your expectations are good ones. They should be intangible expectations. Yeah. That's what I wanted to hear. Is we shouldn't be looking at this concrete numbers thing. We should be looking at what you said, Jen. The art, the intangible, the feeling around it. 100%.
Because you can't build a championship team with a calculator and a spreadsheet. Because there are always going to be the things that you can't write down, put a name to, and whatever to fix it. It's and I think unfortunately that's why Dyla, whatever his style is not going to work here. Yeah, that's the whole thing. No, we don't even know.
But we know that we cannot TI-83 our way out of this. It's not going to happen. All right, let's end it there. I think we've beat that horse to a pulp. But I feel like we actually got into some new stuff today, which is nice. Like I really enjoyed the discussion on like that Amy brought up of what do you want to see? Like what is it, apart from trophies? And
we'd love to hear from you, our few what do you all left listeners that we have left.
What do y'all want to see? I imagine it's a lot of the same stuff of just feeling like I have my club back, just enjoying it, being entertained. Those very basic things, and seeing the players joyful and happy too. Like we're happy when you're happy, guys. Please. That's what we want. That's what we want.
Really what the problem with all of this was.
I don't know. Is this a Mason Mill segue? No.
I was trying to get you there, but
sorry. I pulled an Amy here. I just derailed the whole thing. I just cut off with a meow and didn't. Oh my Lord, the outro last time. Anyhow, hi, yeah, Mason Mill. You should go there. It's a chiropractor. Don't know if you know this. Been talking about him for 5 years now. We'll probably talk about him for the next 5 years, God willing. If they're so gracious to keep supporting us, and we love them. We appreciate them for doing it. And I will be there tomorrow morning. Got an appointment, or if you're listening to this Tuesday morning, I'm already there. So I'm going to go get a little adjustment tomorrow. It's been a long time for me. So I'm going to go check out Dr. Cohen and Dr. Miner. You should do the same thing. Give them a call, 404-321-0082, Mason Mill Cairo on the web. And they're in Decatur, Georgia, off McConnell Mill Drive. Very convenient, easy to find, easy to get to, Tuesdays through Saturdays. Closed on Mondays and Sundays. Got to have some time off. But great people, great community builders, all about caring about you as an individual and caring about the community as a collective and making efforts to make that a priority for them. A doctor who cares, who takes it beyond just, the practice. They care about you as a person. So it's wonderful to see. Alrighty. So, who we got next? We got Miami. Miami's
yeah, but it's really going to be like Inter Miami 2 versus Atlanta United 2. So
hey, the twos were entertaining this year. So
and hey, you know what? We are still alive for something.
Do you think Togashi will get to see the field?
Of all the things that have mystified me this season, that is up there. Like the limited minutes he's had have been good. Put him out. Who cares? Put him out there. It's gonna be. I'm gonna be very disappointed when we don't keep him because it seems like we're not. If we were, he'd be playing. Clearly, he's not gonna stay on, and I think that's a bummer because I think he brings a lot of passion and quality. Honestly, so no, I don't expect we'll see him, and that's sad. That's disappointing.
Yeah,
it is what it is. It is what it is.
It's unfortunate because there actually is some real juice in that rivalry now. Like there's some very real hurt feelings that makes me that makes me a little bit worried and concerned about like long-term injury potential just because
don't do that, man. Just
Well,
Be safe,
and
guys.
no, they missed. Look, they missed the Shield again this season. I don't know if I don't know if Denny,
and they got knocked
Denny's
out of Leagues Cup, right?
They
They
got
did,
knocked out of
but they're
Leagues
still in
Cup,
it for
and
100% in it for MLS Cup by any stretch.
Yeah.
They are, and maybe, and you know what? Maybe that's the thing, because we all know that the year you win MLS Cup, it's pretty tricky to win anything else.
That's true.
But yeah, nobody's ever won Supporter Shield in MLS Cup, and there's a reason.
Well, didn't Toronto do the
Maybe
treble?
I think
No.
they have. I think
maybe.
I think DC
Or was
might
it the
have done
Canadian
it
Cup?
back in the day.
Yeah, and like not in like recent years, I didn't
I
think.
Nobody recently has won the Shield and the Cup in the same
I
season.
can see AB efforting that. I'm going to be really embarrassed if it was recent and I'm just not remembering it. But
I can't remember if Toronto won the Shield and the Cup in 2017 or not.
Google says, yeah. So the Google says the most recent was actually LAFC in 2022. I don't know how I blacked out of that.
Oh, did they win the Shield and the Cup?
Yeah, and you're right about Toronto.
They did. That's when they had.
Before that, the last time was
that was
LA
with
in 2011.
Gareth Bale was still here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
That was that, which was an incredible Cup final. I remember that match.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I don't know how I blacked that one out, but yep. So there you go. So it can happen.
It can happen. It's just exceedingly difficult.
It's very unusual.
It's very hard to do.
It's unusual. Yeah.
That's my expectation for next season. I want the Shield. I want Open Cup. I want Leagues Cup. I want MLS Cup. I want the quad. Yeah. Quad or bust.
There you go.
Quad or bust. All right. Anyhow.
Wow.
I mean, at least you have realistic.
And hey, we are still alive in the race for the wooden spoon.
Yeah, great. Let's end it on that. Thanks for the high note. All right.
No,
it's fine. Maybe we do. And it's fine. I think we should get it framed and keep it in the foremost of our minds that we never want to hold it. Would
it really be the worst thing?
No, I don't care.
I'm not manifesting
if we avoid it by 2 or
I'm not asking.
So what if we avoid it by 2 or 3 points? We're still trash. I don't care. Whatever.
No, but I mean, if you actually do get that, does that put more onus on ownership?
Maybe it's really embarrassing. Maybe
I don't drastic know. In terms of actions that we're taking, where maybe people
we can wrap it up and give it to a gift for Ronnie went on his way out. There you go.
Wow.
Thanks.
Look, I've already been crowdsourcing 3D printing a wooden spoon,
oh God,
trophy,
man, we're all gonna have.
So
that's gonna be the season ticket member gift, isn't it? It's gonna be coming a little wooden spoon in a box. Oh my God.
Oh my God, it'll go with my spatula.
Yeah, actually, they should do that. It would be great. It would go with the other kitchen utensil that they gave out.
I love my spatula. I use it all the time. What are you talking about?
People got lives to live. We got to end this thing. People got things to do. They can't keep listening to us forever. All right, y'all. Thank you very much for listening, for supporting us. FanTV, Mason Mill, this team still.
Oh, hey, and if you're going down to Pride at all this coming weekend, please stop by. The All Stripes is going to be sharing booth space with the club, so stop by, say hi to your friendly neighborhood LGBTQ plus friendly and very inclusive supporter group. And some of us may or may not be marching in the parade on Sunday. So if you see us, wave, and maybe we'll throw things at you.
I unfortunately will not.
Everybody likes having things thrown at them.
True. I can't be there. Lily's wife's 30th birthday party is this weekend. So 20s are overrated. Yes. Gotta celebrate the 30th.
Dude, 30 is the new 20, and 40 is the new 30, and 50 is the new 30. I
really enjoyed 30, 35. That span. I remember having just a really good time, and life was pretty good. The 40s have been a different story altogether, which I was warned about. And I didn't listen to anybody who warned me. I told them all to kick rocks, and they were all right. Lower back problems, and my team sucks. They were all right. Every single one. Anyhow, that was predicted that would happen. So, yeah.
I don't know. We won the cup in my 40s, so I like my 40s.
Well, good for your 40s. Mine have not been that great. I'm happy for your 40s. All right, y'all. That's enough from us. We're going to be back in, well, actually less than a week to talk about, who knows, man. Miami could be really strange. I'd be cool with it being strange. Like, I want us to just throw caution to the wind and just try something. Just go for it. Put K-Man out there. Pair him up with Latte. Sure, it doesn't matter. Let him run 90. I don't care. Just don't get hurt. Especially some of our guys who actually we think we want to keep, like a Jamal, like a Stien, and Saba maybe. Certainly Jaden. Good Lord.
Yeah, Stien's going to get called up for Norway. You won't see
Oh,
him.
that's right. That's right. True. But Jaden will still be there, and he's going to start. And then we'll see Goose one last time the following week.
I wonder. Jaden's not going to get called up for Jamaica, is he?
Oh.
Because I think Blake is still hurt.
It's true. Did not think about that. That could happen. I haven't heard anything. Okay, well we'll see then. Cohen.
I don't know who we started then.
Cohen, been a minute. Or throw Goose in there. Throw Goose in there. He can still do it. All right, y'all. We'll be back in just a few days' time. Until then, y'all be good, and we will be back.
Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow,
knows how to party. All right. Sure. Yeah, they knew how to party over us. LA does know how to party. It's been nothing but a party for them. Good for LA.